What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, the Vampire Stream. Welcome to the late night on the Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. Make sure you come in and smash the like button. We got work to do. Now this is funny. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk about this. I'm having a phenomenal year. This is just hilarious at this point. Shout out to Anthony. What up? What's good? Oh my gosh. New media. I told y'all. Remember? I told you Eagles Army. I was like, we coming. I was like, it's going down. Shout out to the Netherlands. What's good? I told y'all I got y'all. I try to give y'all consistent, reliable information and opinions, my insight, and boy is this funny. The Vampire's true. I don't know what it is about these man fans, but they're having a hard time with this one. They're having a hard time accepting this defeat, and it's sad. I'm gonna wait about a minute for a couple people to show up. It's a vampire stream, so I don't know how many we're gonna get, but this is sad, man. New media. You guys can leave your comments, smash the like button. We're just gonna take it easy for about a minute and change. And then I'll get started with what I gotta say. I don't know how long this vampire stream is gonna be. Kind of depends on the engagement. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Vampire Stream. We here on the late night. I am your host, Ego. I want to talk about it. Canelo Golovkin, Oscars sending out press releases explaining that it was a fair fight, fair judging. Triple G side is complaining like, oh, hey, I don't know if we could beat Canelo in Las Vegas. That's an excuse. Because you accepted the fight in the rematch and you chased Canelo. You could have, Triple G side could have clearly fought somebody outside of Canelo, but they wanted the big money fight. We know that, I'm not mad at somebody trying to get their money, but don't complain when you agree to the term. You know what I'm saying? That's like me fighting Mike Tyson and we agree to a glove size and then he knocks me the fuck out. And then I'm like, oh yeah, but we shouldn't have wore those gloves. But I agreed to it. You can't renege on what you just said. You can't say, I'm okay, sign me up. You said you were okay with the ref. You said you were okay with the judges. You knew the location was Las Vegas. You said the Nevada State Athletic Commission was accommodating based on what happened in the first fight. Canelo was banned from wearing his no boxing, no life gloves, right? You knew who was on the undercard. You knew that he couldn't, he could stack the wraps, but he wasn't allowed to use too much tape. So you can't switch it, They were going to use Tony Weeks, I heard, for this fight. And they said, nah, we don't want Tony Weeks. So they ex-nayed that and had Benji Esteves or whoever referenced the fight. There's no excuses. It was a good fight. People should just let it be that, It was an instant classic to me, It was really fun. Triple G had his face swell up like Martin versus Tommy Hearns. Triple G got robbed. Shaking my head. Triple G fans are hilarious. Yeah, it looked like he got robbed, all right. Literally, he got mugged. Someone caught him in the alley and pistol whipped him. That's the robbery it looked like. It looked like he got jumped, mugged. That type of robbery. Listen. This is funny. Let me start. Anyone else that can catch the replay. New fucking media. I told you. Listen to all the people that they literally say the opposite of everything I say in videos. You guys know the usual suspects. Please don't name them in my videos because we don't do clout chasers over here. But every time I say this, they say something else. Type of attitude, If there's a writer, then I say this in my videos, they're writing the opposite. We know, And once again, This is Vindication. You notice my prediction for this fight? I just wrote it out. I said who I thought was going to win. I even said a decision, a majority decision. That's the first word out of my mouth that I think this fight would be. I said it'll be a fight of halves. The predictions are up, the videos are up. I said it'll be a fight of halves, and I said, there'll be something to interpret. I'm going to find where I said it, and I'm going to put the video up so you guys can go, and I'm going to reference. It'll have the, link to it or whatever, so you guys can hear it for yourself. I called this down to T, but notice these other dudes, old media, they got to switch it. Oh, Triple G was robbed. Oh, this and that. And a lot of people keep running around. Let's just put this to rest right fucking now. Listen. I keep seeing these old media done fucked up. HBO's pretty much on his last leg. If Canelo leaves, I don't know what they're going to do. If Triple G leaves, I don't know what they're going to do. Because Kovalev's fight's not going to be on there. Top Rank took all their best fighter, all their fighters in general, not just their best fighter. They took everybody to ESPN. Eddie Hearn's trying his hand out with DAZN. Al Heyman signed contracts with, I heard, a new network that has yet to be named, but we know Fox and its affiliates, and then also Showtime. They made it kind of official. And they're working on some digital programming or whatnot, So I don't know what HBO's gonna do, but all that old media bullshit, they on their way out too. I can't say like they're gonna go out of business per se, because especially on like if they have a YouTube, because I don't know what encourages people to do YouTube videos, so I can't tell a person when to stop doing YouTube videos. But I'm saying in terms of their credibility, the amount of views, the amount of money they will make on this platform for not telling the truth, all that shit is done for, and I told you that. I told you new media was coming, and you got to start making sense. If the shit you saying ain't making sense, then you're going to look crazy, because you're going to be going up against a channel like mine, Dante's Boxing Nation, just different channels like that are actually informing the public on what's happening, and we'll just take it from there. 1 second, Joe. Shout out to Sterling Patterson, a $5 super chat. Why all actual boxers agree with the decision? Casual fans cannot answer. You just led me into my next point. You stole my thunder. Let's just jump right into it. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Sterling, for the super chat. So let's just jump right into it. Shout out to Eduardo Sanchez. He said, this is a dope channel, bro. Appreciate it. All right. These dudes are just poor sports and casuals. A lot of them. I told you, we already went over it. Screaming robbery and a fight that was close, doesn't warrant or merit a robbery being, kicking and screaming. Especially since a lot of these dudes are saying, oh, I would be okay with the draw. Listen, either they won or they lost or they had a draw. Nobody's going to be okay with the draw if you really felt you won. Straight up. We're going to talk that talk over here. If you beat somebody, you're not okay with no draw. You're like, fuck that, man. I beat this. I washed this dude, So nobody's okay with that. So when they say stuff like that, that's pretty much an admission that they know it was a close fight. Because again, if you're not gonna be okay with the draw if you know it was a blowout. If you had Triple G like the first fight, the same. It's funny because the first fight and how they reacted, all the man fans and stuff, old medium, how they reacted to the announcement of the first fight. And then you look at the second fight played out different, and they're still having the same reaction. It doesn't make sense. So you say Triple G won way more rounds in the first fight, and you weren't okay with the draw. You were like, no fucking way that was a draw. Now the Triple G man fans are saying, oh, fuck that, that's a robbery. Triple G won, but I'm okay with the draw. Why weren't you okay with the draw in the first fight? If you knew, because you knew he won. The consensus was that he really won. So why would the same fans of the same fighter, all of a sudden say Triple G was robbed, but I'm okay with the draw? That makes entirely no sense. The first fight was scored a draw, and you said bullshit. There was no way that was a draw. I gave Triple G 8 rounds or 7 or whatever you gave him, right? Now this fight wasn't scored a draw, and you're claiming Triple G was robbed, but you're saying you would have been okay with the draw. I mean, just simple mathematics. Yeah, talking about the Mafia and Golden Boy paid. You guys look crazy, you know. Now, let's talk about this. Another thing that I've heard personally. Is, oh, look at press row. There's 40 people. I don't know the exact number. 40 people on press row. They all had it for Triple G. And it was only like 4 people that had it for Canelo. And they fell for the mousetrap. I told y'all, they fell for the mousetrap. Just like I've been saying on my live streams, a lot of people are fucking sheep. You know, they need validation from other people to validate their opinion. Me, I don't need that. This is not an act. This is not like I'm putting on some like tough guy roller. I really don't need it. You know, maybe I'm emotionless. Maybe I'm a robot. I don't know. I don't need validation to tell me that what I feel is what I feel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these beta males and these sheep and, you know, people, they need that. That's why, you know, at the fight, they'll be, oh, who'd you have winning? Who'd you have winning? Like, and they won't stand their ground. Someone will say, oh, they could think Canelo won, but then someone will say Triple G. Nah, Triple G destroyed him. And then they'll change their opinion. I don't do that. You know, I don't care who you are. Like I said, I don't care if I'm in no man's land. I seen Canelo winning the fight. But I'm telling you, a lot of old media, they fucked up. How did only out of 50 something people or whatever it was, only 3 or 4 people scored it for Canelo in a fight like this? Only 3 or 4? You know, come on. That's like some Harold Letterman shit. Only 3 or 4. How do you watch a fight that close and competitive and 50 people scored it for Triple G and only 3 or 4 people out of the whole section? Unless it was all like, you know, people who have like media that have like perfect relationships with K2 more so than Golden Boy or something. That doesn't even make sense because it wasn't even, you know, I thought it was pretty easy to see what was happening, but nonetheless, the consensus is it was at least a competitive fight. So how did everybody, you know what I'm saying? But again, they fell for the mousetrap. People do that and they put in their bid and now they got to ride with it. I'm telling you, in my heart of all hearts, I believe this. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you smash the like button. I really believe a lot of people are sheep. A lot of people, you know, this is not a diss to any particular person because I don't know who voted what and who did what. But I'm telling you, I feel like a lot of people are sheep. And in that press row, a lot of people, I think some people, due to the pressure of the, like, they're interpreting what happened in the first fight and it's affecting how they scored the second fight. Like, you know, not everybody, but a lot of people, most people thought Triple G really won the first fight, you know? And then a lot of people said, oh, fucking draw is ridiculous, right? So as a result, Danny J, oh my gosh, I'm a body this man. I got to do a hot seat. Danny Jacobs thought Golovkin won. Listen, Danny Jacobs is my dude. Shout out to him. Brownsville never ran, never will. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and say Danny Jacobs don't know what he's talking about or whatnot. But I will say this. He's one of, you know, I've heard more fighters say the opposite. The other thing is, I've noticed something. When fighters have a commonality and they fought a guy, it seems like, to me, I've noticed, it's not just with Danny Jacobs, with a lot of fighters, I noticed it seems like they're more partial to that person. You know, like Floyd Mayweather, he was like, oh, they were like, Canelo, Triple G, who wins? He was like, oh, Canelo, because he fought Canelo, you know? And it seemed like he was all the way for Canelo in the first fight. When Robert Guerrero fought Danny Garcia, Floyd was in the crowd, right? Floyd Mayweather, can y'all hear? If y'all can hear, press 2, type 2. I don't know if people are listening or what. I don't know what's happening. It's like the chat keeps stopping. You know, I don't know if you guys are just listening or what. Floyd Mayweather was in the crowd for Danny Garcia versus Robert Guerrero. I think it was at the Staples Center in LA or some shit. I thought that was a pretty easy fight to score for Danny Garcia. Somehow Floyd Mayweather said Robert Guerrero won, and then I think he said it was a draw. I've noticed that when fighters have a common shell and they've been in the ring with that person, you know, maybe they have a newfound respect for that person after, you know, going a hard 12 rounds with them or something. But it seems like they have some types of biases with them, because I don't see how Floyd Mayweather said the Robert Guerrero Danny Garcia fight was a draw or Guerrero won. You know, because I thought Guerrero was getting lumped up in that fight, to be honest. You know, I thought it was an easy fight to pretty much score, you know, but somehow Floyd felt that. So maybe it's because he shared the ring with Robert Guerrero for 12 rounds and, you know, maybe to make him look better, he picked him. I don't know. But that's Danny Jacobs' opinion. But let's get back to press row. I seen this 50 people in press row and picked Triple G. And then 4 people picked Canelo, and then but 12 people picked a draw and all this extra shit. But guess what? A lot of the elite level fighters are picking Canelo. And this is why I told you they fell for the mousetrap. In my honest opinion, looking at this whole situation, I feel like press row, a lot of the people, they factored in the first fight. They felt that the second fight was close, and Triple G had some of the later rounds where he was doing some good work or whatnot, and that was the more recent, in their opinion, more recent. So that's what stuck with them. So they scored it for Triple G. I look at a 12-round fight. It's not, you could, like Sergio Martinez, he was whooping Chavez Jr.'s ass. I can't score the fight for Chavez Jr. because he had Sergio Martinez almost out of there. 2 knockdowns does not save what happened in 11 rounds prior to that. Triple G having a couple good rounds late does not equate to a 36-minute competition. He did not win more minutes of a 36-minute competition, aka 12 rounds, right? And the funny thing is, they fell for the mousetrap. Old media, they took the low-hanging fruit. I think a lot of people, based on the first fight and whatnot, they tend to side with Triple G. Like they're a bit impartial. Nobody wanted to get this wrong because of the Adelaide Bird scorecard. But see, with me, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or anything, but with me, I don't need validation from anybody. So, I don't give a fuck what Adelaide Bird was talking about in the scorecard. We know what she put was some bullshit. So I can stand alone and be like, look at the fight for this fight and say, I think Canelo won. Because I'm not really worried about what Adelaide Bird did. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not worried that Adelaide Bird fudged it up. I really seen what I seen, and Canelo won. So I think a lot of people kind of just picked in a close fight, or what they feel was a close fight. I think they picked Triple G, but they interpreted a lot of things like the first fight and Adelaide Bird's scorecard. So nobody wanted to risk it. Nobody wanted to, I'm not saying nobody, but a lot of people in press row, no one wanted to be the person that got mocked or the person who was like, oh, what the fuck you mean? You have a card like Adelaide Bird. Nobody wanted to go on that limb. But me, I stand on my own. I seen the fight, and it's not just because I predicted Canelo to win, because if I was wrong, like I've been in the past, I was wrong with Rigondeaux beating Lomachenko. I get up like a man and I tell y'all, I say, oh shit, I was wrong. Lomachenko, he was too big. He beat him. End of story. I got on here immediately before all these interviews were uploaded, and I told you who I thought won, and I in-depth explained it. So just like I said earlier in the live stream, I don't care what people in press row said in media. What if they're best friends with Tom Loeffler? What if they have go to lunch with Tom Loeffler or Triple G, or they've interviewed Triple G 50 times or something and they're real cool with him? You don't think that's going to sway the opinion of a lot of people? You don't think the first fight swayed the opinion and Adelaide Bird is scoring wrong? But again, like I said, a lot of people are sheep. So a lot of people, nobody wants to be Adelaide Bird. And what I mean by that, nobody wants to be in the position where it was it was deemed that your scorecard is like Adelaide Bird and you don't know shit about boxing. So everybody, what I'm trying to say to you guys, I really feel press row. I feel like a lot of people took the safe route. You know, I don't care about safe route. You know, I've struggled with different things my whole life. I've been knocked down. I don't care about the safe route. You know, I don't take the path of least resistance. You know, the road less traveled. That's what I'm trying to go down, the road less traveled. I don't have to go where everybody's going. I seen what I seen, and coincidentally, now let's get to the fighters. Coincidentally, the funny thing is I stood alone for the most part. I'm like, damn, only 4 people on press row felt Canelo won. Fuck it. That's what I seen happen. I stood alone. I stood for something. I stood for what I believed in, you know, immediately before it became cool, before it became fashionable. You know, it's like fashion, for example. Let's say I decide to switch up and I get a flat top and I come to school with the flat top. And then some people are like, look at Ego, he got a flat top. What are you doing? Flat top, ha ha ha. And then a bunch of girls start liking me. Like, oh, he's cute with the flat top. So I took a risk. I took a gamble and cut my hair in a style that, let's say, wasn't popular at the time. You know, I came with flat top. I came with a rat tail. I used to have a rat tail. I used to have a flat top too. But here's an analogy. So I come to school. Nobody at school has a flat top anymore. You know, it's like, oh, it's played out, whatever. I come to school with a flat top. Then I start pulling women with the flat top. They're like, oh, who is that? Because I'm different. You know, because I came with the flat top and they like it. Now all of a sudden other people start getting a flat top at school. Now all of a sudden it's cool. Now all of a sudden it's fashionable. Now people do it. That's how trends happen. You know, a lot of times that's how trends happen. Nobody wants to be the first person to be like, oh shit, my scorecard, I had Canelo winning. I did that. You know, I don't need, like I told you before, I've said the same thing over and over. I don't need Andre Ward or Lou Ferrigno or, you know, LeBron James. I don't need nobody to tell me George Lopez, who they thought won, for me to arrive at a decision. You know, and I stood alone or with very few people saying, I think Canelo win. Funny thing is, old media, a lot of them, they took the safe route. Everybody knew Adelaide Bird's bullshit scorecard, the drama with that, and they seen what they thought was a close fight, so they took the safe route and just everybody gave it to Triple G. That's what I really think happened. I think a lot of people just gave it to Triple G based on the first fight, and because it was competitive, and they, you know, some people maybe have like a personal agenda, and nobody wanted to be in the Adelaide Bird's shoes and be like, hey, it was a close fight and I scored it wrong, you know? So they just lean towards Triple G, you know? Not, once again, that's why I said I don't care about press row, because none of these people on press row are doing what I'm doing. Well, I'm not, let me not say none, but a good amount of press row was not, they don't do this, you know? They don't just get on their networks and be like, oh, I gave Canelo round 3. He didn't get around until 4. You know, they're not really assessing anything. They're just telling you what they feel. Like, I have yet to feel that. And as far as they have media in different sections. They didn't give me a credential. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. Cause even though I covered the first one. So, you know, I don't know. I don't care because I made more money not going. But at the end of the day, so my opinion was not even factored in, you know? So I wasn't there to change those votes. You know, people like Dante, I think that you got to ask him, don't take my word for it, but they have people, press row is like, they only have a certain amount of seats. So I don't know if Dante, because I didn't see his name on the list of people. So Dante, to my knowledge, had Canelo winning. So his opinion wasn't factored in. So, you know, when you guys are telling me, oh, but press row had him. There's two major heavy hitters on YouTube who thought Canelo won, whose opinions were not represented in this press row thing, you know? But anyway, like I said, I think people took the safe route based on what happened in the first fight and whatnot. Now let's talk about the fighters. So far I've heard Juan Manuel Marquez, right? He says Canelo won. And he hasn't even had a good relationship with Canelo. I feel like back in the day, they were always talking shit about each other. It got to a point where Canelo one time told Marquez, I'll fight you. Fight me at a catchweight or some shit. He was trying to fight him at a catchweight at like 150, 151 or some shit because they didn't like each other. So that's one person. Julio Cesar Chavez, right? Senior. He said he won. Errol Spence. Jamal Charles. I don't know about Jamal. I didn't see anything with him. Derek James, right? Andre Ward. I made a video about it. Andre Ward says that the smaller man, he's saying the same exact thing that I said. He said the smaller man was pushing the bigger man back. So psychologically, that's damaging. He said, I feel like that, I'm just paraphrasing. Andre Ward said Triple G was broken. Canelo broke Triple G by doing that, right? Now, shout out to ES News, Ellie Seckback. He got an interview with Mikey Garcia, and he's saying the same thing that I was saying, that I've been saying, you know? And I did the Andre Ward video. Go look to the comments. This guy was like, that's just because Andre Ward hates Triple G. You know, he doesn't like him because he wanted to fight him, and they tried to fight him at 64. Okay, explain Mikey Garcia. He wasn't never going to fight Triple G. He was never, you know, around his weight class or anything. He's saying the same thing. You guys are, it's over for you guys, you know? You can't just go, this is what they do with the Wilder Joshua shit. Oh, you Americans just want to see the fight. And then Lennox Lewis and Luis King Kong Ortiz and Joseph Parker and all these other people who aren't from America, Carl Froch, who aren't from America, they're saying the same thing. So you're not going to just use that old media, old ass tactic of saying, oh, it's just Andre Ward, he's biased, he don't like Triple G. Mikey Garcia, shout out to ES News, he just did an interview. He's literally saying the same thing that I was saying. Literally. He said, oh yeah, he said out his mouth, Canelo was dominating him. He's like, I didn't even see, like he basically said, I didn't even see it being all, you know, all like super close like people are making it out. He said, I'm gonna watch it again. That's literally what I said on my live streams. The people who watch my channel can attest to that. The video is just uploaded on ES News.
Like 8, 12, 11, 12, what? That's two. We're watching a fight.
But have you seen 90% of this month?
98%. Okay, we're watching a fight the whole time, right? Maybe the first round.
There was a few, there was like some random rounds. It's like
round,
more
12 round, maybe,
fight,
you know?
more
Like 8, 12, 11, 12, whatever. Well, anyways.
Mikey Garcia.
Right before that, Joe was next to me and he said he's taking his buddy.
HBO has a win.
HBO has Triple G win. What? And then a few rounds later, they're saying Canelo needs a knockout to win. And I told Pita, okay, check this, is this like real? They're fucking with Joe. Pita checks online on his Twitter.
He said so-and-so is saying, HBO is saying he needs a knockout to win. And he's like, I was wondering, are they joking? Like, you know, is he fucking around? That's what Mikey Garcia is saying.
Fucking with Joe. Pita checks online on his Twitter. Yup. People are saying the same thing. I'm like, are we fucking stupid? Like, we don't know shit about boxing, or what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck?
Mikey is literally saying the same exact thing that I said. He said, what, are we fucking stupid? I mean, are we not watching the same fight? Do we not know shit about boxing? Is that not what I just said? Almost verbatim in my live stream. I'm like, I told you guys, I'm like, I didn't even see it being all like wild close until after the 8th round. Like, you know what I mean? That's the only good Triple G rounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it was like anything to like gravitate towards for Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia is saying that he has the same type of sentiments that I was telling you. He said, what, are we fucking stupid? I mean, are we watching the same thing? Do I not know what I'm talking about? Like, just listen.
Online on his Twitter. Yup. People are saying the same thing. I'm like, are we fucking stupid? Like, we don't know shit about boxing, or what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck are we
what
watching?
the fuck is going on?
He said, what the fuck is going on?
The main Andrew Ward called it real, straight out. You know, he says Canelo won Triple G. He made Triple G back up, and he fucking the whole night.
He just said Andre Ward called it straight out.
Canelo won Triple.
What the fuck are we watching?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck are we watching?
What the fuck is going on?
Did you see Andrew Ward? The main Andrew Ward called it real, straight out. You know,
He said Andre Ward called it straight out.
he says Canelo won Triple G. He made Triple G back up, and he fucking the whole night.
And
He made Triple G back up the whole night.
then I just saw Canelo like in control the entire night.
Yes.
A few moments that
He said, I saw Canelo in control the entire night.
Canelo like in control the entire night. Yes. A few moments that Triple G had a few little moments of success, okay, but that was not enough to win the round. No.
He said a few moments of success that Triple G had, that was cool, but it wasn't enough to win the round.
Because overall, the round era de Canelo.
Overall, the round went to Canelo.
And even one of the last few rounds, I forget which round it was, that Canelo hit him, Triple G hit Canelo a little bit, and the crowd went crazy, but it was just for like a small 2 punches.
He said Triple G hit Canelo with a good shot, and the crowd went crazy, and it was just like 2 punches.
Like, small little moment. The rest of the round, Canelo...
So why did not...
He said a small little round, and the rest of the round, it was the Canelo show, basically.
So why did 98% of media either have a Triple G or a draw?
I know a lot of people have it like that.
But all the fighters...
I want to watch it again, maybe it's a little closer than when
But Mikey, all the fighters have Canelo winning. The media have Triple G.
Well,
So
if you're a fighter, you probably know a little more. You can read the body language. You can see the expressions. You can tell when punches... Canelo even hurt him with some body shots.
He said Canelo hurt him with some body shots.
In a few rounds. And we could tell that he was hurt. Triple G was kind of like...
let's see if Baby Bash...
Like, I'm done, man. So, at the end of the day, you know, people are going to debate it and stuff like that. But y'all keep telling me about about some media members. What the fuck they talking about? I go to the fights. I'm telling you, a lot of these motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know? Some people can write good and you know, put all the fact. Mayweather, he negotiated with Pacquiao and he did an Instagram video and was in Tokyo and Pacquiao was at a rave in Tokyo. Yeah, I mean, people could do that. I'm talking about breaking down the fight. So listen, once again, this is Vindication for Ego's Army New Media. I would much rather be on the side of the bulk of the elite level fighters that I've seen who have actually called it for Canelo, you know, than press row or whatever, because these are actual fights. Look at how good these fight. Andre Ward, gold medalist, undefeated, retired undefeated, and is now in the Creed 2 movie. Go see that in theaters in November, right? And watch The Contender. Mikey Garcia, undefeated, beat Broner, you know, moved up 4 weight classes, joins the likes of the, you know, Manny Pacquiao's and Marquez's of the world. Juan Manuel Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., right? And a lot of them are being adamant about what they saw. They're like if you listen, I don't know, man. I don't know what people are expecting or what they. I really feel like the first fight, like here's an example for you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button. The Vampire Stream. If this was like Telemundo or some shit, and both of the fighters, nobody knew who they were, there was no backstory, there was no Adelaide Bird scorecard, I don't feel like a lot of people would have scored it like this. You know, you take away the names, you take away Canelo, you take away Triple G and all this. Like, let's say you watched the same fight and you couldn't tell whose body it was, and they did the, you know, cops where they have the blurred, censored face out, right? I feel like it would be different. I feel like the names being attached to it has a lot to do with it. I don't know what it is. People have this personal vendetta. You know, I get the clenbuterol thing. That's not going to make people happy. But, I mean, you shouldn't have watched the fight then, because there's no one can go back in time and erase the clenbuterol thing. It's a scandal. It's on his resume. It's something that happened. So, I mean, what if that's the end all be all, and because he had the clenbuterol scandal, then you're never gonna, even if he wins, you're never gonna give him credit for it. Then why even watch the fight? Because you're already going into it with you know, a one-sided attitude. Anytime I do a prediction, whether I'm right or wrong, I never go into it saying, hey, I want this to happen because this is what I predicted. I don't care. It's not even that serious, you know. Listen, it don't matter if Canelo got knocked out. You know, that I might get paid more money, to be honest, because he's a big A-side star, and I would do a video about it, just the same as if Triple G got knocked out, or if it went the distance. You know, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, people take this prediction. Of course, no one likes to be wrong. You want to feel like you know some stuff and get your prediction right. That's cool, but to me, it's not even that serious. Like I said, if Canelo got knocked out, my paycheck doesn't change. Like, I would still do a video about it. I get paid no matter who wins. You get what I'm saying? So it's not even that serious. All I do is talk about what I seen. You know, so that's the reality of what I do. And like I said, I would rather people talking about 40 people in press rows said this and that. You know, I don't really worry about that because the fighters, a lot of fighters that I respect, their opinions, they're all saying similar sentiments. Even Roy Jones, and see, like he works for HBO, so I don't know if there's a bit of bias there, just, you know, network bias. But what he's saying is the same thing I was saying. Like he was like, oh, he said, the thing is, Abel, he was telling Mexican style. He said, we want Canelo to fight Mexican style. He's like, he gave you Mexican style, and y'all ran. I mean, it's literally, it's rewarding actually, because when I got on my 4-hour live stream, this is what I'm hearing from, you know, fighters I look up to, I guess you could say, fighters I respect. Amir Khan said he won too, and Billy Joe Saunders. Amir Khan. You know, you guys can say whatever you want. You know, I know you guys like to bring up stupid shit that don't matter. Oh, Amir Khan's champ. I mean, that don't have nothing to do with him being a accomplished, you know, silver medalist. And see, this is the thing. Billy Joe Saunders was talking greasy about Canelo. He was calling him a ped cheat and shit house and all this stuff and a fucking cheater, and I hope he gets knocked out. So he really owes nothing to Canelo. To, you know, he ran up in the press conference too when they were in London for the first fight, but he had nothing favorable to say about Canelo after that scandal, and he said Canelo won. So, you know, stuff like that means stuff. Billy Joe Saunders said, and I quote, "It was close. When you're a champion, you can't just get piped at the post. You gotta get it took off you, in my opinion. I personally think that take belts away. You could flip a coin and you couldn't really argue. But with Golovkin being a champion, you could say maybe that warranted a draw more than the first one. It is what it is. It's boxing at the end of the day. It wasn't a blatant robbery. It was a close fight, and you really can't cry over it, put it that way." And the only thing I would say to disagree with what Billy Joe Saunders said is this. Why do people, I really want to hear some real stern, solid answers. What is this notion that you got to do more to beat the champion? What in the fuck does this really mean? Like, I know people say it, you got to do more to beat the champ, but what does that mean? Like, really explain to me what is doing more. So you got to get a knockdown, you got to knock them out, you got to bludgeon them, and they got to have a bloody nose. Like, what does that really even mean when people say that? You got to, to beat the champ, you got to take the champ belt. And like, I get it in the hypothetical sense. People are saying that you got to do more to appease the judges sometimes, because some people look at it, that's a champion, give someone the benefit of the doubt. But what does it really mean? What is doing more? At the end of the day, it's a championship fight. You have 12 rounds. Whoever wins more of 12 rounds wins the fight, right? What is doing more? That means you have to get a knockdown. You know, it's like an old proverb or cliche that people say, but it doesn't even really make sense. Like Billy Joe Saunders said, he was a champ, so it could have been a draw. So even though he lost more rounds, if you felt he lost more rounds, why would it just be a draw just because he's a champion? I just don't understand this whole concept of you got to do more to beat the champ. Again, I get it in the sense of people are saying sometimes judges value the fact that you're a champion, so, you know, they might give a swing round to the champion as opposed to whatever. But people act like you have to, because you're the challenger, you got to go in there and kill the champion, or, you know, knock them down brutally. Your responsibility is to win more of the fight based on the scoring criteria. That's it. It's 12 rounds. Whoever wins the majority of 12 rounds, you know, most of the fight, using the scoring criteria, wins the fight. That's the reality of scoring boxing. Now, you got to do more to beat champ. Champ, it's the champ belt, so you have to come and take champ belt. What are you talking about? You know, I understand, like I said, in terms of, like, if you're fighting in a fighter's backyard, you have to do more to be impressive, because, you know, it's probably going to be some biased bullshit. Like Povetkin, he's going to have to, like, if it's a close round, you know, they're not going to side with him, you know, the judge. But that's more really corruption and inherent biases. So that really shouldn't be the case, but it's just a reality, you know. You should, like Joseph Parker, if he beat Joshua, no matter where the fight was, it should be scored based on what he did and what Joshua did and who did better. Shouldn't be like, oh, you got to get an extra knockdown because you're in Joshua's backyard, you know. But we know, you know, this is not a perfect world, so we know that people do have hometown biases and shit like that. So I get the statement in that sense, but I really didn't see what Triple G was doing in the first half of the fight. Like, if he won some of those early rounds, you know, if he did more punching, then not more punching, more power punching, then I could see him winning the fight, because he got the second win and did good. But I had him losing a lot of those early rounds because the jab does not take precedence over power shots, body work. I mean, who would you would you rather have Mike Tyson or whoever hit you with a wicked body shot or an uppercut or a right hook, like any combination of his choice, or a jab? I mean, I'm sure they all hurt, but I'm not trying to get hooked by Mike Tyson. I'm not trying to catch that Tyson uppercut. I'm not trying to get hit in the body by Mike Tyson, you know? So it's like, what are we really talking about? You would rather someone hit you with a nice stiff jab, just pop, hit you with a jab, or you would rather have Tyson uppercut your face off, or left hooked you in the face, hit you with a right cross, you know, left hook your body. I mean, I'm taking the jab all day. So there's no way Triple G's jab, even though it's very good, there's no way it, like, and see, this is the other thing. You look at effective aggressiveness, right? Triple G has a good jab, but it never stopped Canelo from coming forward. So either he's durable and tough enough, or like, how can we say the jab is like superb if it never stopped him? A brilliant jab, like, you know, like an impeccable jab, is supposed to stop you in your tracks, so to speak. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's going to slow you down. And it slowed Canelo down. But at the end of the day, Canelo still kept persevering and pushing forward and pushing the pace. And the smaller man was walking the big man down. So how could we say Triple G in those early rounds had effective aggression if his game plan ultimately wasn't working, because his jab did not overpower or overwhelm or deter Canelo enough for Canelo to stop coming forward? Canelo was coming forward like a man determined, you know? So he should have put, in my opinion, Triple G should have jab, and set some combinations up to stop Canelo. Then that would have been the difference maker, and he could have won those early rounds. He was just jabbing. That's just buying time, you know? Somebody make that make sense. Jabbing is a good you know, to discourage your opponent or whatever, but you're supposed to put something behind the jab, you know, like a hook or something. He was jabbing. How can we, like I said, how can we say that's effective and that's effective aggression if Canelo never stopped from his jab? Like, his jab never knocked Canelo down. His jab didn't like stop Canelo where he just you seen Canelo backpedaling in the first 7 rounds. Passive Student, that's a good one. He said Triple G don't have no Larry Holmes jab. Yeah, if you get here with Larry Holmes jab, your teeth might chatter with the mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? That's going to stop you. That's going to slow you down. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I honestly, I want to say Floyd's jab is way more wait, that didn't sound right. Floyd has a better jab, you know, because Floyd oftentimes is a smaller man, and his jab will discourage a bigger person. It's probably because he's putting other punches behind it, to be honest. You know, Triple G has a good solo jab. Like, you know, that jab itself is a really strong punch, and he's strong. But Floyd, you know, it's probably because Floyd will jab, and then he'll go to the solar plex. You know, he'll jab and then go low, high, low. Or he'll jab and then he'll hit you with a sweeping right, you know? So that's probably why it stops people, because you're getting respect with the jab, but then you're going low and you're setting up the combination as well. You get me? Because like Maidana, especially in the second fight, Floyd's jab was offsetting what's the name? Maidana. Because there's something behind it. Triple G put nothing behind it for 7 rounds, really. Yeah, Floyd would jab you upstairs and then jab you to the body. Triple G wasn't doing nothing like that. Shout out to Anthony Wynn. He said, yep, I agree, Ego. You need something after the jab. This is what I'm saying. Like, so how can Triple G have won those first 7 rounds, the bulk of them at least, when he was jabbing with nothing really behind it? Like, it wasn't like he was jabbing and then doubling a hook or so, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was he doing? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand what people really watch. Floyd will bah, and then he'll go low. You know, that's why bigger guys fight Floyd and start getting discouraged. Like, oh my God, this is funny at this point. Watch Floyd Mayweather versus Robert Guerrero. Robert Guerrero was like maybe 3 fights into his welterweight career. He had beaten Berto. And Robert Guerrero, the bigger man, started getting gun shy because Floyd was putting something behind the jab. You know, he was hitting Robert Guerrero with all types of creative rights, you know. It's like I said, I think, and maybe it's a good fight reference because I was at the fight. It reminds me of Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter. Now, I do think Triple G's jab was more effective than Robert Easter's, so don't get that misconstrued. But the overall concept was similar. Robert Easter kept pumping out a jab as a taller man, but it wasn't effective enough to stop Mikey Garcia. If he was, you can't just jab, you know what I'm saying? Like when the other person's landing body shots and all types of shit, combinations, hard power shots, you know? Like I feel like something else had, like he was jabbing, which is buying some time or whatever, but it wasn't enough to keep Mikey Garcia off of him. You know? So how effective is the jab if it's not followed by anything? If it's just jabbing, the guy keeps trucking forward. Now, if you just watch Mikey Garcia fights. Mikey has a really good jab, but guess what? He has Mexican style, or whatever you want to call it. He has intelligent Mexican style. So he'll follow up with something, you know? Mikey has one of the best 1-2s in boxing. One of the best 1-2s. Watch the fight with Sergey Lipinets. Triple G has more of the stereotypical Eastern European fight style. You know what I mean? Where punches are more straight. Fundamentally sound, like Kovalev. Fundamentally sound. But again, I can't see how Triple G's jab is taking preferential treatment over Canelo, who never stopped. And as the smaller guy was walking down the bigger guy and this immense puncher and this monster. You know, hence why Abel Sanchez said after round 7, like I keep telling you guys, hey, we're losing the fight. Like, what are you guys really telling me? It's like almost, it's like I said, it's at the point where it's like laughable that they're so... Oh, I can't play it right now. I forgot I'm doing the iPhone. iPhone got the new update. Make sure you guys download that, iOS 12. It's just sad to see some people are taking this loss like so personal, like, you know, to the point where they're just like grasping at straws, trying to make something that wasn't there, you know, make it look like Canelo won this robbery, and it wasn't even all that. It was no robbery, definitely. And see, listen, this is my challenge. You know, people want to say, oh, all of media had Canelo losing. Okay. Y'all ready? If y'all want to hear my challenge, you know, this is my challenge. If y'all want to hear my challenge, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Make sure you guys smash the like button. We should be over 100 likes by now. We're close, but smash the like button. When did the iOS 12 come out? I just noticed it today. Make sure you guys smash the like button. If y'all want to hear my challenge, can I get a hell yeah? Oh, it just came out today. I knew it was coming out because anytime they have a brand new phone line, they drop them. All right. Here's my challenge. For all the, all the 59 media members or whatever, tell them to either get a YouTube or create a YouTube and watch the fight. Do a live stream. Do what I'm doing. That's what I encourage people. Like I said, I'm not concerned with someone's fight score because you can doctor up, you can make some number up. I had it 114. Anyone could do that. There's a thumb up button. You should like the you should be able to like it like that. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear them break down this fight. All the rounds you scored for Golovkin and you had him winning. Then break it down round by round. That's what we got to start getting to. The new iPhone is not out, but it's coming out. Break down the fight round by round so I can hear. I want to hear and I want to listen. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Boxing is like, it's too easy. I want to hear through your mind what was happening. You get what I'm saying? I've done that. I did a 4-hour live stream. I've talked about this fight pretty much daily since it happened. So people know why I feel the same way and why I feel what I felt. Let's hear them. Since Press Road, everyone's like using that. See, I can't be concerned with Press Row saying something when I don't know their level of knowledge. Like, see, the thing with me, whether people like it or not, I'm a voice in this game. I'm a boxing personality. So I show face. I'm not just behind a desk. I don't have a typewriter and just, you don't know. It's just a name. You get what I'm saying? So I have to hold myself to a certain standard because people see me and, do it live. They could ask me questions. But if I don't know who you are and I just know you're a writer, I don't really know. Basically, we never have a chance to pick a lot of writers' brains. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're not doing stuff like this. They don't have a Brendan Schaub podcast or do a live stream like me or do the Dante's Boxing Nation show. Do you get what I'm saying? So why would I be concerned with their opinion? Andre Ward, we know his body of work. So, his opinion matters. He's a gold medalist and he represented America. We know who Marquez is. We know who Chavez Jr. is. So at least we know these fighters. So when they're giving their opinion, I'm not saying all fighters' opinion is the right opinion because I'm sure some of the fighters had Triple G winning too. But I just like to hear people why you arose. It's like math class. You have to show your work. How did you arrive at that? You could copy someone's page, You could copy someone's page and then you can copy someone's answer and you don't know how to do the math problem. Listen. That's Abel. In between round 7 and 8, he says, "Okay, we're losing here, okay?" So, once again, that's round 7. This is like a first 48 confession, and people are still trying to make this controversial. It's funny at this point. That's like a first 48 confession, because 7 and 8 is late in the fight. You know, there's more. If round 7 had ended, then that officially means in a 12-round fight that more rounds have elapsed than there are left. Does that make sense to everybody? If after round 7, Abel Sanchez says, "Okay, we're losing the fight, okay," and Triple G shook his head. I just looked at it. He just shook his head. He said, "We're losing the fight, okay," and he drank some water and shook his head like, "Motherfucker, I know we losing." So once again, in a 12-round fight, after round 7, your trainer is telling you you're losing the fight. So realistically, after round 7, that means your own trainer believes that, because after round 7, that means more rounds have elapsed than you have left to fight in a 12-round fight. Your trainer says after round 7, we're losing. So even if he gave you some rounds, that means he still feels Canelo won more rounds in 7 than you have. So you only have a few rounds to do it. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, which is only 5 rounds. So make that make sense. If you only have 5 rounds, so I know for a fact Triple G didn't win all 5 of the last rounds. Okay, does anybody's scorecard have Triple G winning round 8 all the way through 12? This is what I'm saying. Some of you, I don't think y'all think things through. Some of y'all. Does anybody's scorecard have Triple G winning round 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12? Yeah, I'm not talking about Harold Letterman. If you have that on your scorecard, stop watching boxing. So once again, I mean, obviously he didn't go in depth and say how bad he felt he losing, but he felt the need to tell his fighter after round 7, we're losing the fight, and he sounded concerned. There's no way that you only have 5 rounds left after that point, 4 rounds, whatever. There's no way Triple G won round 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There's no way. Even Abel these. Oh my! I just thought of it. Let me just stop. I'm bodying y'all. I just thought of something else. This is why they mad. New media. All right. I just thought of something. After round 7, I just looked at it, and my phone's updating, so I can't show you on my phone, but. After round 7, Triple G's trainer says we're losing the fight, okay? Abel Sanchez has an interview on YouTube right now where he says Golovkin took round 12 off. Right? He says Golovkin took round 12 off, so that means it was a Canelo round. So in Abel's own mind, after round 7, you were losing. So that means Triple G in round 8, 9, 10, and 11, which is 4 rounds, because you can't say 12 because Abel didn't even give Triple G round 12. So what rounds did Triple G win? Who gave Triple G round 8, 9, 10, and 11? Who gave Triple G all of those rounds in a row? Who gave Triple G round 8, 9, 10? Because you can't use 12, because Abel didn't even give him 12. He said Triple G took the round off, so I don't know why your trainer would say he took the round off. See, this is why it pays to think for yourself and not, think of. See, sometimes people tell you what they want it's like sometimes people say what they think you want to hear. Who gave Triple G round 8, 9, 10, and 11? That's 4 rounds in a row. So, okay, so how did this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm not understanding people's scorecards. Paulie Malignaggi gave Triple G round 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'm going to definitely have to watch the fight again because I never gave Triple G more than 3 rounds in a row at any point in this fight. So I don't know what Paulie, I don't know if he said that or what. Who did Paulie have winning the fight? Who did Paulie Malignaggi have winning the fight? I don't know. I never even seen his opinion. There's no way Triple G won 8, 9, 10, and 11. Even when he hurt or whatever, he hit Canelo with the big shot in round 10. Canelo came back. Like there was no real follow-up with it. Like, what are y'all talking about? You know, just because you punch someone and their arm goes like that. So he had Canelo winning. So I don't care about Paulie Malignaggi's card then. Because he had the right... He had Canelo winning. Then it doesn't matter what... I'm talking about people who had Triple G winning. Paulie... If anyone had Triple G winning 1 through 5 and 8 through 12, they need to jump off a bridge. Straight up. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's stupid. That's real stupid. Paulie Malignaggi, yeah, I'm not talking about if he had Canelo winning, then it doesn't matter. I'm talking about people who had Triple G winning. I don't care who winning. I'm telling you that I'm asking them to do what I'm doing and break down the fight because I would love to hear it. Like I love learning. So I want to see what you liked in each round so I can know how you got that scorecard. But I didn't see Triple G win no 4 rounds in a row. I'm sorry. His own trainer didn't have him winning 12. And I bet you some of the people from Press Row gave round 12. See, this is proof that y'all don't know shit about boxing. Because y'all start arguing shit that the other side ain't even arguing. You get what I'm saying? Abel Sanchez is not even saying he won round 12. But you had round 12 for him. Paulie Malignaggi, see, listen, I'm not going off of what Paulie Malignaggi said because I didn't hear it. So I'm not, you guys could just start throwing a bunch of shit. I don't know what Paulie said, so I'm just going to leave that alone. I don't know what he said, so that's my opinion. But Paulie Malignaggi also said Canelo was a juice head and all kind of stuff and went in on him. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know about all that extra shit. I really don't. But I definitely didn't give no Golovkin no 8, 9, 10, and 11. And his own trainer didn't give him 12. Yeah. I'm talking about neutral people. Like y'all naming people like Paulie Malignaggi who said that he like Canelo, he said if you don't believe that Canelo was dirty, you're fucking stupid. He was like going in on Canelo. So, you know, you gotta, maybe he doesn't like Canelo. You know, maybe he's in part, I don't know. I can't speculate for the next man. You're saying, oh, Daniel Jacobs had to win. He fought Golovkin. So maybe he has a respect for Golovkin's style or something. So maybe certain rounds he gave to him because, you know, I notice fighters do that sometimes. When they share the ring with someone, it seems like they're a little bit more impartial. I'm telling you, people, Juan Manuel Marquez doesn't like Canelo, and he had Canelo winning. Or he didn't sound like he liked him based on interviews I've heard from them in the past. You guys are telling me people like Paulie Malignaggi who didn't really seem like he liked Canelo. Or, you know, he went in on Canelo or whatever you want to call it. I'm telling you people who, you know, like have no... Billy Joe Saunders went in on Canelo just like Paulie Malignaggi over the drug shit. And he said it's not a robbery. Canelo. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But either way, I recommend this is what boxing needs. Tell all of them, Press Row or whoever, to jump on here and rescore the fight so we can see. I want to see exactly what you've seen. And the other thing in press row is sometimes it's different, the live experience. I mean, I can honestly say that because I've covered several fights. David Lemieux said that Triple G lost rounds 1 through 4 and lost rounds 9, 11, and 12. He said that? See? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even see how you guys, some people had it like super close. Damn. Yeah, I heard Kazaki's father died. But you know what? Did he die a couple of days ago? Rest in peace to Enzo Kawasaki. Did he die a couple of days ago? Because I seen people posting about it today, but I heard something about it a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it, when did he actually pass? Hold on one second. My bad, yo. Anyway, like I said, I challenge everybody to. I want to hear people score it, like all the people, because some of the people on Press Row have YouTube channels. Some of the people have YouTube channels, so tell them to get on like me and then break down their scorecard so people can hear. Look. That was after round 7. He said, "We're losing here, okay?" And Triple G said, "Who does that?" This shit is funny at this point. Listen, you guys, there's no way you can make this make sense. I'm sorry. Abel Sanchez didn't. He said Triple G took round 12 off. So not even he believes Golovkin won round 12. So that's one less round. So let's look at rounds 1 through 11. Right? What rounds did you have Triple G winning? 1 through 11. Chris, that's bullshit. See, y'all say a lot of just cliche bullshit. He says some rounds could have gone either way according to who you favor. How does it have anything to do with who you favor? You're supposed to be scoring based on what they're doing. What do you mean who you favor? It's official. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't know how to score boxing. How is it based on who you favor? Well, so it's not based on the scoring criteria. It's based on whatever the fuck you want. See, these motherfuckers don't know how to score. That's what it is. He said, yeah, a lot of rounds could have get either way based on who you favor. So if I like a guy, no matter what's happening in there, then I could favor him. Like, okay, so when Antonio Tarver, I didn't like Antonio Tarver, you know what I mean, more than Roy Jones. Roy Jones is my dude. So no matter what Tarver was doing in the first fight, then Roy won 12 rounds because that's who I favor. Roy Jones is my idol. You know what I'm saying? So you see how stupid that sounds? So Roy shut out, even though Antonio Tarver the first fight was even hard as fuck for Roy. You know, fuck it. Roy won 12 rounds out of 12 because that's who I favor, because that's who I like. You guys, some of y'all are maniacs. Yeah, they just repeat cliche shit. Yeah, it depends on what you like. It doesn't depend on what you like. There's actual criteria that you're supposed to be scoring using. It's not, yeah, so I like speed over it. No, speed is not one of the scoring criterias. So it's not what you like. It's supposed to be based on something. It's supposed to be little metrics you're looking for. Defense, effective aggression. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Roger told you. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Who he beat? He ain't beat nobody. Okay then. Like, people like, I like speed, so I'm scoring for the speed. Like, what? Listen, now I'm convinced we need to do some surveys at Press Row. We need to ask them to write down the metrics of scoring criteria, like defense, effective aggression, ring general. Ask them to write it down. They'll be like, oh, who got the best chin? Speed. I like speed. Motherfucker, he could take a punch. Like, name some more. Mexican style. Yeah, he got the Mexican. Like, motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Talk about chin. I like his chin, so he won. Stupid ass shit. You like somebody's chin, so they win the round. I mean, if that's the case, Ruslan never lost a fight. He TBE. Because Ruslan got a chin from hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Julio Cesar Chavez, he got a chin. Yeah, that's not how boxing works. What rounds did y'all give Triple G? I can't wait to read these. Y'all look crazy. What round did you give Triple G? 1 through 11, because Abel already told you 12. And keep in mind, he said after 7 they were losing. Let's go. Triple G got round 1, 4, 8, 10. And 1 was like, Canelo was stalking him in round 1. So I don't know that I got to watch that round again because it was more of a filler round, to be honest. It wasn't like a bunch of, I'm going to watch round 1 again. I did not give Triple G 8 through 11. Fuck no. Even in round, listen, y'all are just trolling or something. Even in the round where Triple G landed his biggest shot, Canelo ate it. And then Triple G proceeded to miss 14 punches. What are you guys talking about? Hey, bro. Triple G melted Canelo with the shot. I think it was round 10. And then proceeded to miss like 15 punches. You know what I'm saying? Look. Hold on. Yeah, it was round 10. Look, this is Triple G landing that big bomb, like in a big shot, and then Canelo's arm went like that. And then this is also round 10. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't know shit. Look. And Canelo's... Look at Canelo. Get off me. Oh my God. Get off me. Look. That was, and I'm pretty sure that sequence was after Canelo got hit with that big punch where his arm kind of went like that. And Canelo was in there slipping everything. Whatever. This shit is funny. Canelo was in there. He was doing that baby Mayweather. The motherfucker was just slipping and get off me. Get off. And he backed him up with the 2-piece. See, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I got to really scrutinize some of those rounds. Even round 10, you don't necessarily get round 10 for landing one whopping shot. You know, Because there's rounds, I think, in Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman where Sean Porter controlled most of round 1, and then Keith Thurman was on the ropes and caught Sean Porter, I think, with the left hook, and he was like, bah, and Sean Porter was like, and it was towards the end of the round. So I don't think Keith Thurman, round 3 or 4, I don't think Keith Thurman really followed up with anything. So, you know, that's controversial. Like, would you give him the round just because Keith Thurman, he was losing that round, but then he landed a big-ass left hook on Sean Porter that caught his attention. But it was at the end of the round. You know what I'm saying? So, who almost dropped to a knee? So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Triple G, his rounds are even controversial. Like round 10, he did catch Canelo with the. I'm gonna watch round 10 again, but from what I remember, if it's that round, he caught Canelo with the big shot, and the crowd went crazy. But then Canelo started slipping hella shit and landing 2 pieces, and I think was doing more work in that, you know. And when Triple G landed the shot in round 10 on Canelo, it wasn't like Mayweather Mosley. Canelo ate the shit and kept fighting. Saunders eats Canelo. That's a good fight. But Saunders got to eat Demetrius Andrade. I don't know about that. That's a good fight. That's a real good fight. I don't even know who's winning that. I was a little shocked to hear Jaime Munguia had Triple G the winner. You know, it could be politics. Jaime Munguia's from Tijuana. You know, Canelo's from Guadalajara. You know, it might be some personal beef. You know, we don't know. We don't know about stuff like that. And they've kind of talked and mentioned. Like, see, and trust me, I know stuff. I have a lot of Mexican friends that are fans and stuff like that. And you got to understand the culture. Sometimes there's things like cultural things where like you just look historically. A lot of Mexican fans didn't like Oscar De La Hoya because they thought he was kind of like Canelo. You know, oh, just fucking pretty boy, singer. Man, fuck that. You know, but they like Fernando Vargas. So you got to look at stuff like there's other stuff why people, you know, people have certain little biases that they won't tell you about. He says, you smart. Yeah, Tijuana hates other state fighters. That's what I'm saying. So it's like people, they could have little reasons and shit, like regional, you know, cultural differences. Like I said, people didn't like Oscar De La Hoya. They thought he was like, you know, kind of like a gringo type, you know, but they like Fernando Vargas. So who knows? I don't know how people score stuff, but sometimes people have those biases. A lot of people, to be honest. You know, maybe because I've heard people talk about Jaime Munguia fighting Canelo. Maybe he thinks he's a pretty boy or something. He doesn't like him. Because I remember, not to put him on blast, but Johnny Gonzalez, I don't think he likes Canelo. You know, because like I would post little memes and he would always, like, you know, just little memes if Canelo wasn't fighting the people he should fight, and he would always like him. You know, I don't think Johnny Gonzalez liked Canelo, you know. So there's little things that go on in Mexico and in the culture that, you know, people just, they pick who they like and they don't like and shit. Who they feel is repping them right. And some people think Canelo is like, they don't relate to him. Shout out to highest ranked hip hop, $20 super chat. Triple G didn't win any part of the fight. I'm sorry I laughed. He may have edged a few rounds at best, but he was thrown off his game plan by what Canelo was doing. Hashtag body shots, hashtag pressure, hashtag defense. That's what I'm saying. If you know how to score, like, I really don't even see what all the controversy is from. Even if Canelo got caught in round 10, like, you have to look at a 3-minute round. You know, that doesn't just, unless you get caught like Tim Bradley versus Ruslan. That's different because he was caught. Tim Bradley was almost joining Bone Thugs and Harmony. And then severed. See you at the crossroad. You done belong. Why they kill my dog, man? I mean, Tim Bradley was almost at the crossroads. So that's a different type of caught. Canelo got caught with a shot, big shot. moved his head, and then he ate it, you know. And then he still had his wits about him because his defense was sweet. Bradley was at the crossroads. His eyes literally crossed, like he was on the rope. Like, give me 2 bush passes, pack of Twizzlers. He don't know. Bradley was out of there almost, but Bradley got fucking heart. That's actually a Martin joke from back in the day. He was talking about, he's like, I love to see Mike Tyson knock dudes out because they wake up and they don't know where they at. He said they'd be like, yeah, give me 2 bush passes, a pack of Twizzlers. Yeah, Bradley was in the movie Flatliners. He was almost out of there. So it wasn't like that. Even Shane Mosley, when he rocked Floyd, that was like crucial. You know, Floyd buckled and he hit him with that bear hug. That's different. Canelo has a chin, you know, apparently, because he ate the shit. His arm flailed like that. And then he just, you know, his defense was still on point. So I got to watch that round again, you know. How did Abel Sanchez, whatever your scorecard, Dave Moss, Abel Sanchez didn't even give Triple G round 12. He said Triple G took the round off. So what did you see in there that Abel, who was feet away from the action scene? You see, this is what I'm saying. This is not a robbery because look at people's scorecards. So his own trainer didn't give Triple G 12 and says to Fight Hub on tape that Triple G took the round off, but apparently in your style of judging, you seen something in round 12 where you felt he won the round. This shit is crazy. They taking this loss hard, man. But his own trainer didn't give him that round. But like I said, you seen something. That's why I don't judge. It's, you know it. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of people's taste buds. Not everyone has the same taste buds. You know, you have like a girlfriend or something, and she'll be like, "Oh, this mac and cheese is good." You know, this is some good ass mac and cheese. Let's say she's from Idaho or something, and she's like, "Yeah, this place has the best mac and cheese." And then you go to the place. Yeah, I'll take an order of mac and cheese. And you get it. And you're like this was the mac and cheese she was talking about? This shit sucked. You know, but to her, that's the best mac and cheese. You know, because I know people like that. Like, my mom can cook. So her mac and cheese. But some people, they'll eat Kraft mac and cheese out that blue box. And like, I'm not, you know, I've had it too. But I'll eat the Kraft mac and cheese out the blue box. I don't consider that like mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider that like bomb mac and cheese. But to somebody, they're like, God damn, this Kraft is good. God damn, you got any more of that Kraft mac and cheese? You know? But to them, that's just like potato salad. Some people, potato salad be nasty, but some people, my dad's potato salad on point. So, you know, that's how people treat this scoring. Some people don't know what to look for. So they're just looking for whatever the fuck they want, you know? And they're just interpreting, oh, the action, the crowd, you know, the moment. They don't know what you're even scoring. Hold on. This can't be true. Someone says millions. Hold on. Millions social media. Someone posted a video where they caught Abel Sanchez on a hidden camera. Hey, y'all doing some candid camera shit? It caught Abel Sanchez on a hidden camera in open mic and admitted that Triple G seized up and clearly got outclassed. Where is this video at? Is that real? Millions social media. Where is this video? I didn't see that. You said a hidden camera? They doing all that? You better hope I never see this video. If I see this video, it's a wrap for you, man fans. So, oh my God, Callie said private investigator shit. You better hope this video doesn't exist because that deads everybody's argument. Please tell me you're just joking. This man talk about a hidden camera. He got him on Cheaters with Joey Greco and shit. I hate to show you this, but look at the tape. Oh my gosh. Please tell me if you're joking or what. That man said a hidden camera. Hey, it's like a bait car or something. The feds is trying to get Abel. What the hell? Where is this alleged video? See, I'm new media, so we got to investigate. I can't just take that. I got to see that for myself. See, he making it up because he's not. I don't even see him anymore. He just said some crazy shit and then just disappeared. The Vampire Stream. Kellerman said Triple G easily won the 12th round. Listen, I'm going to say it like this. Kellerman said Triple G easily won the 12th round. He's an HBO employee. He said he easily won. Triple G's own trainer didn't say he easily won. He said he took the round off. So clearly the robbery shit, that conversation's out the window because you have an HBO employee and commentator, and Max Kellerman said he easily won the 12th round, according to you. I didn't hear him say that, but according to you. But Abel Sanchez didn't say that. Abel Sanchez said Triple G took the round off. So obviously this fight could have, been hard to score for some people. So everyone acting like it's a robbery, that deads it right there. Because if this is such a robbery, then why do you have such conflicting rounds from different people? How is HBO chief commentator? He's saying one thing, and then the trainer's not even saying that. Oh, yeah. You know what else I thought about? Y'all crying, the people crying, saying this is bullshit, Triple G won. Abel Sanchez is saying he had it a draw. So, explain that. So how is this a robbery when the own trainer didn't have it? Have it for his. He didn't even give his own fighter the fight.
Golovkin wasn't at his best to take away from Canelo. You got to give Canelo the credit too that he was able to do the things that he needed to do tonight. It doesn't happen every night, but for me to tell you that Golovkin wasn't at his best will be taken away from a great victory for Canelo.
Señor Abel, más que la derrota, ¿le da tristeza el que su gran campeón ya no?
Decepcionado que perdimos, obviamente, pero de no ser uno hipócrita, de tratar de decir que nos robamos. Hasta el doceavo. De que Golovkin en su esquina y en su enseñanza en Kazajstán. The first fight. We as coaches can only coach him. We all train. Why did Canelo fight the way that he fought the first fight? We as coaches can only coach him and do the best we can in the gym and have a game plan. But when they get in there, they see things that maybe is better for them. We can't force them to do something they don't want to do. I'm sure that Chep 180 didn't want Canelo to fight the way that he fought the first time. Maybe Gennady didn't fight the way that I wanted him to fight this time. When they get in there,
It's over. Abel Sanchez just said maybe he said Golovkin didn't fight the way I wanted him this time. So does that sound like someone who felt he was robbed?
They're gonna do what they think is best. They're the ones that getting hit.
Should you score the fight? Stood his ground more and attempted to once again drive Canelo back? Is that what you wanted from him?
I wanted him to fight Canelo. Okay, if Canelo was gonna stand in the middle of the ring, I wanted him to fight Canelo. He decided it was better to do the things that he did. He had a great jab going. Yeah, I'm going right now. How I scored the fight?
Yeah.
I scored the fight even. Okay, I thought that the 12th round was a pivotal round. I said to Golovkin in the corner.
Hold on. You hear how long it took him to say he scored it even? They lost, bro. He says, okay, first of all, he bought some time. He said, how did I score the fight? Knowing he heard the question. And he said, how did I score the fight? Long ass pause. And then he said, even. That's just him saving face, people. I really feel that way. Cause like, listen how long he paused. Listen.
12th round was a pivotal.
Yeah.
I scored the fight.
Listen.
He had a great jab going. Yeah, I'm going right now. How I scored the fight?
Yeah.
I scored the fight even.
See how he took hella long to... He said, how did I score the fight? I scored the fight even. Nah, that long ass part. Hey, Abel, we know what that long ass part. You was thinking of something. Abel, you was thinking the next thing you gotta say. How do I score the fight? I scored the fight even. Like you just thought of that, bro. He took that was like Jeopardy length thinking. Do 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 do. He took hella. I scored the fight. How did I score it? You guys want to know my answer on how I scored it? I scored it. You look like a motherfucking. He took hella. You remember that Vine video or whatever? He said, don't even say that. Boy, you look like a motherfucking. Oh my gosh. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick. That long ass pause. This is how he said, boy, don't even say nothing. You look like a motherfucking. Wait, oh, I found it. Hold on. Don't even say nothing, boy. You look like a motherfucking. Oh, fuck. Hold on. This is hilarious.
You like Beatles like shit, boy. Like my man Mikey said, skinny at the top but fat at the bottom. Where the fuck did you get that shit at? You got that on M&H like shit, boy.
Don't even say nothing.
You like shit. That's probably us, but I'm not gonna say nothing. But don't even say nothing to me, boy. You look like a motherfucking koala bear with a tip. Fucking boy, you look like a say nothing to me, boy. You look like a motherfucking koala bear.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. He said, boy, you look like a motherfucking. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You like Beatles?
Just like. Oh my gosh. He took hell.
Don't even say nothing to me, boy. You look like a motherfucking
Please take your order.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Whoo, this shit. He said, you look like a. Listen, hold on, we gonna do this again.
he decided it was.
How did I score the fight? You look like a motherfucking.
Yeah, I'm going right now. How I scored the fight?
Yeah.
I scored the fight even. Okay, I thought that the 12th round was a pivotal round. I said to Golovkin in the corner that I thought we were behind in about the 8th or 9th. And I told him that I needed the rounds at the end. I thought it was even, but you know what? Canelo won, and that's what's important.
After two.
That man said Canelo what? What are y'all really arguing for at this point? Oh my gosh, this is funny. This is funny, y'all. Their own trainer is not saying it. Like he y'all gotta just take this loss, man. Hopefully, let's see who Golovkin bounces back with. But y'all telling me about press row and who said what. His own trainer doesn't sound confident that they won. He said it was a draw. And like I said, okay, this is literally a Freaky Friday type of fight. The first fight you said Canelo ran. The second fight Golovkin ran, because he was backing up. And Canelo was doing that. Then the first fight, it was a draw, and you complained about a draw. The second fight, Canelo got the victory, but you're saying it was a draw. This is literally crisscross, flip-flop. Michael mad. He said, it was an even draw. It was a draw. Why are y'all so mad about this one, though? Is it because Golovkin lost or what? Okay, but you're not understanding the point. You said the first fight you said the score was a joke. Okay, great. But Triple G's team, see, y'all gonna make me pull out the tape. I don't want to have to pull out the tape on y'all. Triple G's team said, no way. I'm gonna pull out the tape. They want me to pull out the tape. Y'all want me to pull out the tape? I got that, because I was at the first fight. I got credential for the first fight. Y'all want me to pull out the tape from the first fight? Is that what y'all want? If y'all want me to pull out the tape, y'all can say hell yeah. If I don't need to, then we can just keep going on with the stream. But I'll pull out the tape. Why y'all keep bitching about my tape? Oh my gosh. I told you it's gonna be a surgical summer. We not letting this rest until we address. We leaving no stone unturned. Y'all keep, making it sound like it was robberies and all this extra shit. Okay. And like I said, old media can't do this. They can't do what we're doing because at the end of the day, they ain't got enough ammunition to do what we do. Yeah, man. Let me find the tape. See, I always got to do extra work to prove. See, this is what I'm willing to do on my channel. I'll do the work, even though it's extra work, even though I know it's not necessary. I'll do the extra work just to prove what I'm talking about. Takes a second, but I guess in the end it's worth it. Other people just be saying shit and no explanation, no nothing. It's just because I said so type shit. I'm gonna explain to you my whole point. You better hope I can't find this tape, man. Cause and that's the beauty, no copyright. This is all my footage. You could tell by the change of demeanor and stuff like that. Oh shit, we getting close, y'all. I almost found it. Death Row East. Smash the like button, people.
Yesterday you told me that the commission didn't.
You know, I'm a fighter. I'm a boxer. You know, if second fight is saying no, for me it's not my problem. You know, just I come to boxing. I come to ring. You know, it's not my job. My job is winning.
You told me yesterday that Bob Bennett didn't make Canelo trim his beard, that you would know was coming with the judges. Did you feel that way going in? No, he did trim his beard. It was a lot longer the way he trimmed it up on top. But,
Wow, I don't even remember that. Abel Sanchez was complaining about Canelo's beard needed to be trimmed. Wow.
the judges, something has to be done about the decisions here in Vegas like that. It just
I found. Oh my gosh, this is Abel Sanchez after the first fight. He's talking about Canelo needs to trim his beard.
decisions here in Vegas like that. It's just unfair to the fighters. The judges, something has to be done about the decisions here in Vegas like that. It's just unfair to the fighters.
He says something has to be done about the decisions here in Vegas because it's unfair to the fighters. We're going for this. It's not right, y'all. It's not right. You know? So there it is, people. My point is simple. Abel Sanchez and Team Golovkin protested the first fight outcome because they felt in their heart they won it. Now Canelo won, you know, the judges had him winning, and Abel Sanchez says it was a draw, and he's okay with that. But weren't you okay with the draw in the first fight? Because you knew you should have won. But in the second fight, that was different. I mean, listen, they complain about Canelo's beard being too long. He needs to trim his beard. Like, wow. You know, then the second fight, his gloves. You know, I don't want to see a third fight anytime soon. Let it be the first was good. Second was better. Second was an instant classic. Hopefully it does good viewership. I'm not anxious to see it next. They could fight. I'll see a trilogy later. You know, I don't want to see it next. Let Canelo, take a David Lemieux and then try to unify. And then let Triple G, if he wants to try to get a belt back, go through one of the other guys, not Canelo. Because I'm just tired of the politics and all the crying. You know, like the fans talking about it's a robbery. And his own trainer ain't even screaming robbery. He says you gotta give your hat out to Canelo. I mean, you could tell by their demeanor. You gotta tip your hat to Canelo. He came with a good game plan. I knew he was gonna fight like that. Okay, that to me that's an admission because this is not how they were acting after the first fight. So you know something was different. He even said in here, he said, I told Golovkin I think after the 8th or 9th round that we were losing. It was actually the 7th. So that goes to show you he didn't remember the round. He thought it was all the way in the 8th or 9th round that he thought they were losing. So, you know, the right man won. You know, that is just what it is. Hey, y'all crazy. Someone said the ginger snap comment was hilarious. Hey, y'all wildin'. Someone said Eagle needs to trim his beard in order to interview Abel Sanchez. Y'all are having too much fun with this. Y'all are funny, though. I give you that. They said Eagle got to trim his beard, though. Like, this is crazy, man. Anyway, I'm done. I said my piece. All these people, old media, like, oh, it was a robbery. His own trainer's not screaming robbery. And you could tell from the difference when the first fight was a draw, they went crazy. You know, they're like protesting it, adamant. No, that wasn't a draw. The world knows what really happened. You know, now all of a sudden when Canelo wins, they say, oh, yeah, it could have been a draw. You know, I'm okay with the draw. Now you're okay with the draw. So to me, that really means you lost and you know it. You know, but he didn't want to just put that out there that, oh, my fighter got beat tonight. But listen to everything they're saying. He said Golovkin didn't listen to me. So Golovkin went rogue. He went rogue. Didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even listen to you, but he still managed to beat Canelo. You know, this is what the fans are saying. So he did his own game plan, you know, and then you got professionals like Marco Antonio Barrera who told him to retire. He should retire or he should consider retirement. Like I said, you guys can take it hard or whatever. It's just boxing. You know, props to Golovkin and Canelo for their brilliant fight. You know, it was fun. But the facts are out. I think the aura, the power, Mexican style mystique of Golovkin is now removed. You guys can keep complaining about it and saying it was a robbery, but I don't think many people are going to believe that from here on out. You know, Golovkin's still a good fighter. He's still experienced. Doesn't mean just anyone's going to be able to blow him out the water, but given the right skill set, I don't think guys are going to be as terrified as they once were. And someone said Christy Mack. Who is that? The porn star? Is that a porn star? She was with War Machine or whatever. Hey, y'all tripping. Yeah, so I don't even want to see the trilogy right away. Hey, Michael, you sound ridiculous. You said Canelo can come to 47. That man would look like Christian Bale and the Machinist. You don't know shit about boxing. Triple G ain't no monster, Roy Jones Jr. voice. Y'all having fun with this. Listen, once again, new media. We on the case. You know, like I said, you guys can bring up press media and press row or whatever y'all talking about. I'd rather be on the side with the bulk of the fighters that I look up to, what they said. Because they're saying the same thing. Mikey just told you. He was like, nah. I was like, what the fuck? Are we watching the same fight? I mean, are we fucking stupid? Do we not? Just go check Eddie Sekback. The video's on his page. There's the link to the video. Mikey Garcia was saying literally almost verbatim what I was saying. He was like, am I watching the same fight? Do I know boxing? And, you know, people are telling me what Max Kellerman has said. HBO is on its last leg. So, you know, I don't even know if they even care about boxing anymore. Harold Letterman's scorecard's trash, like always. Okay, Jeb. You know, HBO, I don't know what they're going to do. The Vampire Stream. You know, I really don't know what HBO is going to do. Made some poor decisions. Really poor decisions. Steve Donahue's looking to get blocked. He's saying racial shit. Hey, block Steve Donahue for racial slurs.
Finish him. Finish him.
None of the shooters gonna get Steve Donahue.
Finish him.
They mad as fuck. They so mad. Shout out to D. I appreciate you. To me, that's an admission. When you gotta throw out racial slurs and shit, that's kind of a admission of what happened. You know, because you know you don't have a leg to stand on. That's why you're so desperate for attention and desperate to say it. You know, say like crazy stuff, you know, that people do only on the internet. Hey. Julio Alvarez, notice the names and the faces and the pictures of the people doing the most hating. He said, I was joking, you cock-blocking gay boy, LOL. Look at the names, the faces of the people doing the most hating. Julio Alvarez says, I was joking, you cock-blocking gay boy. So, your time's almost up.
Finish him.
I think you blocked the wrong person. Okay, you fixed it. Your question is, so do I think they should have a third fight? I'm okay with the third fight. I don't want to see it next. I don't want to see it in May. You get what I'm saying? I don't care if they fight. Like when Pacquiao and Marquez had controversial fights, there was space in between them. I understand the need for an immediate rematch when there's controversy in the first fight. But now that the controversy is, to me, done, Canelo won fair and square. Now they don't have to fight a third time straight away. No, I don't think that. I think they should go on. Triple G might retire, to be honest, because like, who's he gonna fight? It's like it don't look like he's gonna want to smoke for less money. It looks like he's gonna try to fight Canelo, but Canelo, I don't know if they feel vindicated. Why would they fight him again? They went, Canelo's the A side. They dealt with a lot of like demands and like, oh, you can't wear these gloves, or you're a cheater, you're on peds still. I see needle marks. Why? Who wants to go through that again? Give you an opportunity when you won fair and square. I wouldn't give him another paycheck. Canelo doesn't need Triple G, for big paychecks. Canelo can make big fight. He could fight Andre Saunders winner in New York and do numbers. Block Julio Alvarez. He was the one saying that.
Finish him.
Shooters, block Julio Alvarez. He was the one talking crazy.
Finish him. Finish him.
Thank you. Oh, we having a party. We having a block party. They get so mad when they get blocked too. It's so funny. Hey, you're gonna learn how to talk on my channel. Calling names and talking about dicks and all this extra shit. Yeah, that's a very good point. See, oh my God, this is such Vindication. I'm having a wonderful year in boxing. New media shit. Listen, that's a great add-on that we talked about. When Floyd said Triple G, he said he when he talked about the fight, he said, "Oh, Canelo beats Triple G. He might even knock him out or something like that," because he says Canelo's more skilled. And then when he mentioned Triple G, just like when I talk about Triple G, y'all said he was hating because he said Triple G ain't no special effects. Which, did we see any special effects? We know he's tough. We know he's strong. But did we see any special effects over the weekend? No. So Floyd was actually right. What special effects did you see? Did you see some like crazy, like where he's switching stances or some shit? Like, what did you guys see? Where were the special effects? Does he have crazy speed? A leaping left hook or uppercut? You didn't really see that. You seen basic fundamentals, strength, power, good chin, a good jab. That's why Floyd said that. And then y'all got mad. But it's true. Like, but he's, to his credit, he's good at what he does, because he has the toughness and the strength and skill. You have to have certain intangibles to withstand that. And that's okay. But this is why Floyd said it. Here's the other point. Floyd fought Canelo and he backed him up. He backed Canelo. He forced Canelo on the ropes. And he was like picking at him, hitting him in the solar plexus, and then hitting him with the sweeping right hook. Triple G wasn't backing up Canelo. Canelo, even with his jab, he wasn't getting backed up. So why is it that little Floyd was backing up Canelo when he got outweighed by Canelo? Yet Triple G in the second fight, Triple G had a good uppercut. Stop it. So he has an Anthony Joshua uppercut, Roy Jones uppercut. No. I'm talking about continually, something that he's using. He got hit. His uppercut didn't look like Kell Brook uppercutting him. Kell Brook uppercutted the hell out of him in close quarters. So you have to understand this. Look. Why is Little Floyd backing him up? 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 That was a good one. Ooh. You see, Little Floyd's smaller. He was 37, and he's smaller. Triple G's the monster. This is why I know what I'm talking about, because this is what professional fighters are saying too. Mikey Garcia, undefeated, great fighter, skilled fighter. Andre Ward, gold medalist, undefeated, retired, skilled fighter. You know? Look at the names of the people doing the most hating and weird shit. Aaron Jimenez says, "Who wants some dick?" I mean, haha. You guys are weird. Look at the people doing all of the crazy comments. The pictures, the faces, and the names. Why is Little Floyd, was he piecing up Canelo like that? At age 37. Golovkin is 36 and was struggling to back up Canelo for 12 rounds, and he's bigger than Canelo. Canelo looked skinny in this, in the build-up to this fight, skinnier than he was last year, right? Golovkin's this monstrous puncher that knocks out cruiserweights in sparring. You got to understand, have a boxing brain. That doesn't really make sense. So obviously, from a skill perspective, Floyd is out there doing something that is getting the respect of the bigger man. Whereas the guy who's bigger, Floyd Mayweather, if he stood next to Canelo, Floyd's like 5'7", 5'7.5", maybe. Golovkin's 5'10.5", 5'11", and he's supposed to be the vicious puncher, and he's been fighting at middleweight since the amateurs. So why was Little Floyd backing up Canelo when he was outweighed? Yet Triple G was getting walked down by Canelo. And keep in mind, Floyd faced the undefeated Canelo, when he was full confidence and like no one could tell him nothing because he was undefeated, had that O still. Canelo arguably lost 2 other times after Floyd, to Lada and to Golovkin in the first fight. And once again, this was a rematch. So you had a chance to go to camp and get things right. And Canelo was coming off a knee injury and surgery. And he was not eating meat because he was trying to be super cautious. And he had a half a training camp, and then he sat on the shelf. Meanwhile, Golovkin got a couple 2 rounds in or whatever with Vanes Martirosyan. So people. Where were the adjustments?